Welcome to my channel, Collective. This portion of the channel is called From Within, Divine Feminine. Here I will be diving deep into the depths of spirituality, what it means, who we are, our practices, and so on. There's so much information and downloads that I receive on a daily basis. I've been trying to figure out how to properly deliver the information without causing any further harm to myself or humanity. I have reached a level of ascension now where I am ready to speak in the 3D realm, that is. If you know, then you know. I only ask that you be patient with me, for this is a lot of information to intake, but also a lot of information to put out. With that being said, let's dive in. What's up, you guys? The topic today, it is get up or shut up. This might be a little touchy too, but let's get into it. So one of the things that I do dislike about humans is their comfortability in complaining. Why I chose this subject to speak about is because a lot of people come to me saying the same things, oh, it's messed up, we gotta pay for water and we gotta pay for food, and it's from the earth and the earth gives it to us, and this, that, just the complaining and complaining and complaining and complaining. See, my thing is, all of this is just another illusion to cause chaos and conflict. Because if you want to be real about it, there's ponds, there's lakes, there's oceans, and there's also rain that you can put a cup out and collect so that you can drink it freely. You can freely drink that. Is there from the earth. She is giving it to us, technically it's not the water that you're paying for. You're paying the people who decided to take that water that snakes and fish and water and dirt and all of these things that are mixed up into it. You have people who came up with the invention to take that water, clean that water to the best of their ability, bottle that water, and label that water. So all of that costs time, energy, and it costs money, so yeah, you're not technically paying for the water. You're paying for the hard work, the energy, the invention, the sweat, the tears, that people had to pour into even bringing this to reality, being able to create clean water, or well, as clean as it can get. You understand? Because if you want to be real about it, using technology to do certain things, you're still contaminating it because of radiation and vibration. But it's cleaner, it's quote unquote, it's cleaner, but this is what you're paying for. And then when it comes to how can I say, food? Yeah, food. If you grow your own food, you wouldn't have to go to the store and buy it. You don't have to complain about the prices going up for people. For yourself to buy it. Like, let's be real about it and stop sitting around complaining. Get up off your ass. Get up or shut up. Because technically you're doing nothing to help the world but creating more complaining. You're spreading that energy of complaining. It costs money to buy food, to buy seeds. Technically, it don't even cost money to do that. If you buy a fruit and you just save the seeds, if you buy a vegetable, because all of it has seeds in it. If you buy that kind of food and you happen to save your seeds, learn how to germinate them, Google it, I look it up. I don't care how you do it. There's a way around everything. Complaining is not always the way. What I notice is most of the people that sit around complaining are the lazy people who don't want to do anything with their lives. It's the people that are most likely in a state of poverty, who don't have much, and they complain about spending the money that they do have or accumulate or get on things to survive, when technically you can either provide yourself the things that you need to survive, or you could pay somebody who can provide the things that you need to survive. Either way it goes, you have to survive. So stop complaining. Get off your ass and make you a garden. Grow you a garden so you don't have to go pay a certain amount of money, no money technically, for the food that you want to eat. And then you can not only supply yourself, but if you have enough drive and enough ambition and enough determination inside of you to start a business, you can start selling to the grocery stores. You can start selling to your neighbors. You can sell it to your family. You can accumulate a way to have wealth for yourself. It's all type of different ways to survive out here. Sitting around on your ass is not going to help you do that. Complaining is not going to help you do that. Being envious and jealous of what your neighbor has is not going to do that. If your neighbor has more than you, you need to sit down and you need to evaluate, what does this person do that I don't do? Do they get up every day at the crack of dawn and go to work and do what they got to do? Did they do that for a certain amount of years and invested their money instead of taking their money and going out to the club, buying bottles, buying riddles, paying for the pussy ass, whatever you want to call it? I'm not going to beat around the bush. When they go out, have this person worked hard enough to the point where they can invest in themselves and create their own business so that they don't have to work for the man anymore? What is the difference between you and them? We're not that different. We're not that different. Our mindsets are just different. Our goals are just different. Our values are just a little bit different. You understand? If you don't have a problem with going to work every day and slaving for the man, then by all means, do that. Do that. But when you get old enough and you're too old to... When you get old enough and you're tired of working, now you have to sit back and you have to think about and run over your whole life and think about, where did all of this money that I worked so hard for go? Like, where did it go? What have I done with 60 years, 50 years, 70 years of my life? I mean, by all means, if you're content, be content. I'm not coming down on anybody. I'm not talking any trash. I'm just trying to expand your horizon. Like, don't be miserable and then try to project that miserability onto your neighbor, because you guys have different determinations, different visions, different wants, different drives. What drives me may not drive you. And that's fine. That is okay. That is fine. But for you to hate me, or for you to come down on me, or for you to talk trash to me, or to look at me with the evil eye and to want to take something from me, it is beneath you. It is beneath you. It is beneath me. It is beneath us. It is beneath Mother Earth. You know why I don't complain? I don't complain because I know that the things that I want, they cost. And in order for me to get those things that I want, I have to work for it. I don't want anybody to just give it to me, because when somebody just gives to you, most of the time they're expecting something back, even if it's a nice gesture, a nice hello when you see them next time, a wave, a smirk, a how was your day, or maybe, it could go a little bit deeper than that, and you fuck around and meet a narcissist that you want their money because they're paid, you're not paid, you're lazy, you don't want to do anything but suck on somebody, and now you expect them to give to you. But the question is, what are you going to give to me? It's about giving and receiving. Because if you want somebody to give you something, you should already in your mind be ready to give them something back in return, even if that's respect, loyalty. These things are valuable. I saw something on Instagram the other day, and I think it was, who was it? Who was that said that? The big guy. He was big. It's not GC. Damn, what is his name? I forget his name. But he said something the other day. He was like, somebody asked him, how could he become a billionaire if he didn't have any money? I agreed with what he said to a limit, but I mean, it did make sense. He said, get around somebody who got motion and show them that you're valuable. Right? I mean, that can go either way. It all depends on how you approach that situation. If you approach that situation as a worker, as somebody who wants to learn, or if you approach that situation as somebody who wants to mooch and, be a leech. Because if you approach a billionaire, and not even a billionaire, but if you approach somebody who has motion and you, it depends on what do you bring into the table. That's what he said. He said, approach somebody with motion, get around somebody with motion and show them that you hold value. Bring something to the table. If you get around somebody who has motion and who has things going on and they have the money to invest in you, and you show them that you have a plan, that you have something that you want, that you are passionate about, that you are driven about, something that could actually be brought to reality, that you can build wealth off of or accumulate. This person is not going to have, you're not even going to have to ask this person to invest in you. They're going to say, if they're a good person at heart, I can't speak for everybody because that's heart of mine, baby. This heart of mine is something different. But if, you ain't even going to have to ask nobody, that person. They're going to be like, damn, I like that. But they see that you don't have it to get it off the ground to even, they're going to say, okay, damn, I like that. Here you go, get that, did that. And they already got a business mindset. They might just give you a whole layout. Me, for example, I at this point in my life, I'm working myself up to the wealth part, the financial part. But when I come across another driven person, another person that has a vision you don't even got to have the vision. If you have the passion, if you have something that you like to do, I will give you a whole layout of how you can start that business from scratch, just to get your feet wet. I don't invest. Sometimes if I don't have, the money to say, okay, here's $100, here's $1,500, you do this, do that, you start that up, I can give you the advice. I can lead you in the right direction. I can tell you what I can help you with my knowledge. See, I'm not a gatekeeper. I don't like to keep my information to myself and hope a next man can just get up off his ass and do it. No, if I see that I have the wisdom and the knowledge and it could possibly help you, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to give you what I know so that you can do something with it. I can lead you to the water, but I'll never make you drink it. I'm not going to try to, but I will lead you to it. That's my job as a leader, as a, how do you say? As a leader, as a high rank, as a person that carries knowledge, a person that carries wisdom, a person that has been here multiple lifetimes, a person who has accumulated enough to be able to teach. I have accumulated enough to be able to give, to share, to express, to help. I don't want to hold that in just for myself, because just as well as I want to be wealthy and well off and I don't want to be a slave, I don't want that for my brother. I don't want that for my neighbor. I don't want that for anybody. If I can find freedom, I only hope and pray that you can find freedom as well. So, things just hit a little bit different for me. When it comes to getting up or shutting up. Now, if you want to be technical, once I got into, in 2021, I got into there was a really bad car accident that could have changed my life. It could have changed my life. I was given a choice. I'm always given a choice. We are always given choices. Are you going to conform, or are you going to evolve? Are you going to repeat, or are you going to evolve? This is a life-changing situation for me. I broke my right femur bone, and my ankle was broken in 3 places. Like, I have 2 plates and 2 screws in my ankle. I have 2 screws in my knee, and I have a metal rod in my femur bone. Shit scared me half to death, because I know that I've been on my own since I was a young girl, and I couldn't depend on anybody then. I couldn't depend on anybody when I was a teenager or a child. So imagine me, a grown-ass woman, disabled. People were just waiting at the line to mistreat me. No, I'm okay with that. And what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to sit around and wait for nobody to hand me anything. That was the worst time of my life. Let me explain it to you. It was the worst time of my life, baby. That is when I realized that I needed to change a few things. Because if anything was to happen and I have to sit down and I can't move and I can't feed myself and I can't do this and I can't do that, I need to at least be able to financially sit still and be financially secure. So financial freedom is what I'm reaching for. Generational wealth is now what I'm reaching for. Because everything that excited me back in the day, it no longer excites me, because it was all taken. It was all taken from me. And then I had to depend on people. Like really, 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 really depend on people. And that was the hardest fucking thing I had to do in my entire fucking life. I'm not gonna lie to nobody. It was the hardest fucking thing for me. Because where was the family? Where was the friends? Like, where were the people that I was sleeping with all these years, who claimed to be my friend, who would call me, do this, all of these things? Where were these people when I needed them? Not to say that anybody had to do anything for me, because God forbid, nobody had to. They really didn't. But what it did is, it made me realize that nobody wouldn't. And I changed my perspective. And I went through that year. That year was hard for me. 2021, it was hard for me. Or was that 22? 2022. And that the doctor told me that I wouldn't walk for a year at the max. Well, a year at the most, 6 months at the max. Listen, when I tell you determination, I have always been determined, and I'm always going to be determined. By the time the 3rd month came, baby, I was up trying to walk. By the time that 3rd month came, because it was hard. Nobody wouldn't let me come live with them, because who wants somebody sleeping on their couch? Even though I'm not just sleeping there to sleep there. Like, I'm just not there because I don't want to work and I am fucked up. I needed help. I needed somebody. I needed somebody to just bet on me. I needed somebody to just give me a chance. Like, just help me out. Like, I couldn't work. I couldn't get up and, get my food. And like, it was a lot for me. I just needed somebody to be patient with me. And it was tough. I'm not going to get emotional on here, y'all, because that was a really tough time for me. And it showed me who stood with me, and it hits a little bit different when you think you have people that stand with you, and then you realize you have nobody, so anyways, I've been building ever since, and I'm not stopping. I just want to say to anybody out there that's having a hard time, it's never the end. The ending is always a beginning. That might have been the ending of my old self, but it was the beginning of my new self. I found something better. I found something inside of me that I didn't even know was there. Like, I came out victorious with gifts I couldn't imagine. And I am forever grateful, because with no human, I had God. Like, God was my savior. Jesus Christ was my savior. The angels and the ancestors and the guides, they were my savior. And I'm grateful. I'm just forever grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. And I will prove myself to them, if not to nobody else, to them, for not giving up on me. So I just want to say, stop complaining, man. Stop complaining about things that you can change. There's too many things out here that you can change for you to be sitting around complaining, especially if you have the family support, like people letting you live with them for free. You just around here living with people and doing nothing, a bunch of drugs and getting drugs. Like, come on, man, that's a free ride. Why not save your money or invest your money into something that's gonna work out for you in the future? Open your horizon, expand your horizon. You can either be grateful for what you already have, or you can pay for it. Go pay. If you want that bottle of water and you want that shit clean and cold and tasting all good how you like it, then go get your job. Go get you some money. Create the life that you want. Create the reality that you want. It's not that hard. It's really not. But yeah, I'm going to end it here. I do want to say thank you for you all listening and tuning in. I'm not going to lie, this got me wanting a podcast. But thank you. What can I say? Please don't forget to go check out my playlist. It is where I created a lot of my poems that I created from my journey. It is really, really, really good. I love those poems. Like, share, subscribe. Y'all tune in. I didn't mean to get emotional, but that's a touchy subject for me. So yeah, poem time. Check out that playlist for me. Share. Don't forget to hit the share, the like, subscribe on this video. If you want to get to know me on a deeper level, I have posted many, many other videos. Well, not many, it was only 2, but hey, it's enough. Check out those. It's called It's an Energy and It's an Energy and Who Am I? This portion of the channel, it is called Getting to Know Felicia inside the Divine Feminine. So yeah, what else? All donations are very much appreciated. The Cash App and the Zelle will be inside of the description box below. If you guys want to help me get my book published this year, I have completed the first section. It is a 3-part trio. It's a 3D trio. The first part, Duality, it is complete and ready for publishing. So if you guys want to help me get that published by the end of the year, I do want to have that published by my birthday. That is at the end of 2024. So you can send all donations to the link or to my Cash App. I do have a link on my website. The website is also inside of the description box. There's a specific link to donate to the book, the cause for the book. So yeah, again, I do want to thank you all. Thank you. Sending you all peace, love, and light, wisdom, and knowledge, man. In Jesus Christ's name, amen.